I get a lot of requests from young men for advice. Guys talking about their relationship life, sometimes their careers, and asking me for advice. This has been happening for many years now. For about 10 years, every single day I wake up to an inbox filled with emails from a lot of men from all over the world asking me for advice. And obviously anyone in my position will quickly start to notice trends, certain topics that keep coming up, a certain framing that keeps coming up over and over again, and more importantly, a certain tone developing in these emails from young men again and again. In today's video, I want to share what I believe to be an extremely important message for young men about taking ownership in their lives. If you're a young man watching this video and you value my thoughts at all, I think you're going to want to see this video. My name is Zachary Stockill, and since 2013, I've been working one-on-one with men and women from all over the world, helping them overcome jealousy, helping them overcome retroactive jealousy, and save their relationships. If you'd like to work with me one-on-one or you'd like more information about my work, please visit my website at retroactivejealousy.com. Okay, so messages from young men. As I mentioned at the top of this video, I get emails all the time from younger guys. And let's just say guys in their 20s and early 30s. When I say younger men, that's kind of what I mean. A lot of these guys are frankly complaining. Complaining about their girlfriend, complaining about their girlfriend's past, complaining about their wife's past, complaining about their sex life, complaining about the dynamic of their relationship, complaining about women in general, complaining about the place they live, complaining. Now, some of these complaints are absolutely valid in my view. While in general, I don't like the idea of complaining, sometimes, shall we say, their concerns are valid. Sometimes the things they're talking about are absolutely worthy of further introspection, further investigation. But in these emails frequently, there's a lack of taking ownership. Guys are talking about their girlfriend as this person, and it's almost like they feel like they were assigned this person to be their girlfriend. In many of these emails, they're not really acknowledging the fact that they made a choice to be with this woman. You chose that woman out of all the women to be your girlfriend. Other guys I've encountered complaining about a certain country they live in or a certain city, saying all the women here are terrible. Or complaining about the fact that their girlfriend has had a little more sex than they're totally comfortable with. Here's a lesson that I think a lot of men don't really hear very much in today's society. And that message is, nothing in your life will improve until you take 100% ownership of it. Nothing in your life will get better until you take control and realize that you have the power to make different choices moving forward. I'm not saying it'll be easy in 100% of cases. In fact, if you're really struggling with something big in your life, like a relationship, like your girlfriend, like the city you live, that change is going to be painful. When you first take ownership and realize you need to make some different changes, whatever that change or transition looks like for you will likely be a lot of work and very difficult, sometimes painful. But if you're feeling that urge to make that change, chances are very good that the change will be worth it in the long run. And I wanted to put this video out there because a lot of these emails, again, a lot of these guys are not acknowledging the agency that they have, not acknowledging the power that they have to make different decisions moving forward, to make better choices, to break up with their girlfriend and find someone who shares their values more. And all of this stuff is easier said than done. I get that. But what is the alternative? This is the question I put to coaching clients sometimes. What is the alternative? Really sit down and think about that. What is the alternative? Living for 20, 30 years in a city or a country that you absolutely hate? Staying for 20 or 30 or 40 years with a woman who you really can't stand deep down when there's deep conflicts and values? Staying with a woman where you have to beg her for sex, or staying with a woman where she's on Instagram all the time trying to get other guys to look at pictures of her ass, or whatever the situation is. What is the alternative? In all of these situations, taking a risk, taking control and making a different choice is always worth it. There will be pain, there will be transition, but in the long run, it will pay off. Being alone in a new city where there's optimism and you feel good about being there is going to be so much better than living for decades in a city or a country or a town or whatever that you absolutely hate. Being single for a few months or maybe even a few years is always going to be better than being with a woman who you really can't stand, where she's got more red flags than a Chinese parade, where there are deep incompatibilities in the relationship that were there from the start. You get my drift. Big change is painful. Sometimes it takes you years to recover from that change. But in the long run, it's worth it if you're working towards something that you value. And I don't mean to just offer empty platitudes in this video. That's not what I'm trying to do here. I guess my main message to men, young men in particular, is for God's sake, take ownership of your life. Take ownership of your future. Take ownership of your future direction. There's an idea that my business mentor, a guy called Caleb Jones, talks about a lot, which is essentially everything in your life is 100% your fault. Everything. If you don't like your job, guess what? You chose to take that job. Maybe you didn't want that job in the first place, but you're still there. You probably live in a free country. There are probably other opportunities available to you. You can, sign up for college, or you can learn a new skill, or you can apply for a new job. You can start a business. There are endless options. If you can't stand your wife or your girlfriend, guess what? You're the one who chose her. You're the one who chose to marry her. You're the one who chose to make her your girlfriend. That was your decision. You get my drift. It's an idea that doesn't appeal to a lot of people, but it appeals to me. Because once you accept this philosophy that everything in your life is your fault, dealing with these challenges becomes much easier. Because you realize that in every situation in life, you have some degree of agency. You have some degree of autonomy. You have some degree of power, which in my view is way better and way more energizing and motivating than feeling like a victim of circumstance and feeling like you don't have any agency, feeling like you can't make different decisions. Recognizing your inherent agency as an individual, as a human being, is always better than pegging yourself as a victim of circumstance or whatever. So young men watching this video who are feeling frustrated or confused or whatever, recognize your inherent ability to make better choices moving forward because you're young. The stakes are much, much lower now than they would be if you wait 10, 20, 30 years to make some big decisions in your life, to make decisions like moving to a new city or taking on a new job or starting a business or breaking up with that woman who's driving you crazy and finding someone who's a better fit, finding someone who's a better match. Don't wait, because let me tell you, as a guy in my mid-30s, that it goes like this. My 20s went by in a blink. I can't believe that I'm pushing 35 as I record this video today. It goes so quickly. And when you're young, that's the best time to make big life decisions, to take big risks and try something new, because the stakes are much lower than they would be if you wait. Nothing in your life will improve until you take 100% ownership and responsibility for everything in your life. If there's one message that I really wish I learned as a much younger man, that would probably be it. Thanks for watching this. Thanks for bearing with me today as I go on a little bit of a rant. If you got anything out of this video today, please take a second to let me know by clicking the like button below. I'll also ask you to please leave a comment beneath this video with your thoughts. Tell me what you think, good, bad, ugly. I'd like to hear from you. While you're at it, please be sure you are subscribed to my channel to be notified of new videos moving forward. Thanks again for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.